Okay, lesson number 147 in Basic Bible Certificate. How should we live? This tells us how we should live as Christians. Matthew 4 verse 4, Jesus said to the devil, man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceeds out of the mouth of God, meaning we are to read and study the Bible daily to learn how to live and how to think and how to behave. Number 2, Romans 1:17, the just, that saved people, shall live by faith, belief and trust in God's promises in the Bible. Number 3, how shall we live? Romans 12:18, as much as lies within you, live peaceably with all men. Do you live peaceably with all men, or do you have conflicts with people? Do your best to live peaceably. Number 4, how shall we live? 2 Timothy 3:12, all that will live godly in Christ Jesus shall suffer persecution. We should live godly. We should seek to live for God, live like God, and please God. Number 5, how shall we live? 1 Thessalonians 3:8, we live if you stand fast in the Lord. That means stand fast means don't quit, stay strong, don't give up, keep serving God. Number 6, how should we live? Acts 23:1, I have lived in all good conscience before God till this day. We live with a good conscience. Don't do things that our conscience objects to. Do right, avoid wrong, you'll have peace in your heart. How should we live? Number 7, Hebrews 12:9, live in subjection to the Father of spirits. That means obey God in what we do. How should we live? Number 8, Hebrews 13:18, in all things willing to live honestly. That is, tell the truth, don't tell lies, be truthful, and no deception. Number 9, how should we live? Romans 6:11, we being dead to sins should live unto righteousness. That means to do right, to please God, and live by Bible standards. How should we live? Number 10, 1 Peter 4:2, we should live to do the will of God. What's the will of God? Well, Acts 9 verse 6, Paul said, Lord, what will you have me to do? What is your will for me to do today? Number 11, how should we live? 2 Corinthians 5:15, we live not to ourselves but to him which died for them and rose again. We live for Jesus, not for ourselves. Let Jesus take the throne of our life and live for him. Well, how should we live? Number 12, Philippians 1:21, to me to live is Christ and to die is gain. Jesus Christ is the reason and the purpose and the sweet fellowship that we have as Christians. How should we live? Number 13, Titus 2:12, live soberly, righteously, godly in this present world. The word sober means not drunk. Our mind is controlled by sober means to let our mind be controlled by right ideas, but some people, their minds are controlled by wrong ideas. In fact, our mind should not be controlled by wrong ideas.